Okay, now I said I was going to get a part 3. Here is part 3, okay? Part 3 of what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I learned this. I taught and if you haven't seen the videos, please look at part 2 and part 1. I would rather for you to see part 1, then go down in sequential order. But if you cannot look at it, that's okay. Look at it when you can. But I just don't want people to get lost in misinterpretations and a lot of stuff, because if you hear it, and I had to look at it and listen to it, but if you hear it out of order, it's going to make you sing. It's going to make what I'm saying sound out of context. It's going to, you can take stuff and wording out of context. So you definitely want to know from the beginning to the end that way. But I can understand if you press for time. People are human. We got lives, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Okay, so anywho, so the last chapter I was talking about how the equation of energy, okay? And in this world we have I'm going to say this, we are governed by laws, okay? We are governed by laws. That's what we have, our judicial system. This is what we have. Not only that, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe. We are governed. We came to this earth with laws. There's certain things that we have to do in order to do, things to happen. A seed must be in dirt in order for it to grow up to be a tree. You cannot, and I know some people are like, what about the avocado tree? Okay, yes, you can have water, but eventually that root, that water is not going to be just enough to sustain the life of the doggone avocado. Eventually, you can start it off as water, with water putting in there, and you see the little roots and the little stems and all that. But eventually, it's going to need dirt. And if it doesn't have dirt, it's going to die. It is going to scorch and it's going to die. Okay? I don't care how many toothpicks you put in there. I don't care whatever you do. It's not going to work after a while, okay? It's only, that water's only temporary fix when you put it in there to go to thing, whatever. So energy, which is E, is MC squared, okay? So it is not loss nor gain, but it is shift from one side to the next, okay? I said this in the last video, and I'm going to say it again. A lot of people use this. If you see this, a lot of people who master this is people who like magic. You know how the magician comes with the little thing, well, I have 4 cards and pick this one, and what is this? And this, it can be an ace, like I got 4 cards, and but what happens is they already know what's in the deck. So they're using probability, well, not only probability, but they know how everything is shaped. They know how everything is. So if you understand that law, that's the same thing that you have to understand. If you understand that law, this was the first time that I knew that I was going to be okay. That and some other stuff. But I mean, like, physically, that was the first time I knew that I was going to be okay. Because if anyone is trying to attack you for something and they're going really hard, it's usually because it has some value. It has some value. And I know people are like, well, it's a lot of people that attack prostitutes and blah, blah, this. Why are they attacking the prostitutes? Because they taking somebody's husband, or they taking something from them, or they getting the attention that the person that is at home cooking and cleaning is doing. So you want to understand that. If you understand the law of energy, you will be able to overcome when you deal with a toxic person. Like I said, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. Knowledge is power, but ignorance is power too. It's just to the other opponent. So you want to know, I said to the other opponent, that's what it is, to the other person, okay? So if someone is giving off negative vibes, and the only, like, if you do something bad, the first thing they're going to do, like, say, for instance, someone calls you a slut, and you've never been a slut before, okay? You never slept around. You're still a virgin, okay? And one day, everybody's dogging you in the town because this one person made this whole big lie about you, okay? And you break down and you say, you know what? Forget it. Everybody's calling me this. I might as well go give my money. A lot of people do this and just break down. All it is energy, verbal energy. That's energy. You don't see it, but it's there. That's energy. So what they do is take that energy. They accept the energy that they got, and they go on and do it. So now it's growing. So now they got confirmation. You gave them confirmation. Once they found out that you did, because people going to say, well, I finally got something from a blah, blah, this. Even if they do know you're a virgin. Well, she ain't no virgin no more. I took her virginity. Even though they know, doggone well, that was your first time, having relations, they're going to say, I knew she was a slut, blah, blah, blah. And it's more people gossiping, blah, 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 blah. Now you have given consent. You have confirmed it. You have affirmed it. And you have given them consent. Now, what I talked about in the other thing, when you fight evil with good, it nullifies the situation. Think about when people say prayers and stuff. You don't just say prayers just to say thank you. You say blessed to nullify what the heck is going on with the other stuff. You don't think that it's crazy. But think about when we lock our doors. We don't have locks on the doors for nothing. It was made because it was people coming in the doors. It was made because the doors were being opened and people who were not wanted were coming in the doors. So that's kind of what it is. That is the same way with energy. Once you start combating this with good and say, I don't care what you think. I'm just going to live my life. I'm going to do this. For one, they're going to find out that they don't have control over what you do. Whether you do it or not, they don't have no say-so. And they're not going to stop no one monkey or 12,000 monkeys or 4,000 monkeys ain't going to stop no show. They ain't stopping no show here. So you keep going. Second, that lets them know that they're wasting their energy and the power that they're giving off to you, because like I said, it's a shift of energy. Power that they're giving off to you, they could be using it for something else. But since they're giving it to you, you have now taken this power, you have now taken this energy and converted it. You have converted it to something good, and something that not only that is good, something that's going to benefit you. Okay? I'll tell you one prime example. Kim Kardashian. Okay? People talk a lot about her, but she's really smart and she knows about the law. She knows about the law. I'll tell you why. Okay. Who else do you know who had no talents? And even though their parents had a little bit of money, they weren't really, really rich like, the Hiltons or anything. Who that nobody knew can take a bad situation from somebody being and proven to do some serious, sexual acts or deviant acts that we consider in the eyes of the public, can turn around and be a million dollar mogul. Not only that, she brought her family into the whole business to be more out there like that and continuously flourishing. That's somebody who knows the law. They know the law of energy. It's the same stuff. They're talking all this negative. Why are you saying all this negative stuff? I'm going behind the scenes and I'm making money moves. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I'm not going to focus on that because I now I understand that I have the power. Because anytime you put your focus and your attention to anything, which people need to stop doing that all the doggone time. They jump on one bandwagon and they think like, ooh, yeah, it sounds good, but it's really not benefiting them if they really, really hear. But she took that energy and she converted it. So that's the same thing that you want to do with this relationship, any kind of toxic relationship. You're going to say, okay, if it is a job that you do not like and they're very disrespectful. I had a job like this. I still have one of my jobs that are kind of like this. What I did to lessen the tension is I got another job. So if I don't hear anything from you, or you're being manipulative to the point where you don't want to give me hours or take my clients away, I have something else to shift off of, and I won't have to be dependent on that. Another thing that I did was give myself distance and places to heal. Once you get yourself with another job, now you're making yourself lucrative. You're networking. You're making bridges. You're making moves that can help you catapult you into the next dimension, to the next destiny or your purpose. Because energy is just like this. It's shift. So if one is going to one side and is going really, really negative or really, really positive, chances are it can go the other way and it can go down south. But what you want to do with that negative is take all that negative energy, especially chaos. You take all that and shift it. You shift it and catapult on it, because that's all it is. That's all you want to do. I know that sounds crazy. It might sound crazy, but it is so true. Our paradigms are made up of things like that. We are just growing to the point where it is not enough. We're just getting a little bit. I don't want to say better, but we're getting more in tune to what we are called to be. So that's what I had to learn. It helped me. I gotta go use it. Okay, it helped me so much because I had to understand it and be a better person and go through it. I'll talk about the rest of it later. Hopefully, something I did will help.